But
Bro, if I like was on set and I dropped the camera, I'd fucking throw up. I would just start.
even
vomiting.
Kai's dropped cameras.
Did you see what he did with the when Sony sent him the A1, the Alpha 1?
He put in a compressor or something.
Nah, he was like, you're not gonna hear anything that like, you know, go to Gerald Dunn if you want to hear everything about it. What do you want to know? So he put out a question on Instagram, and some guy was like, how many Skittles can you fit in it? And so he opens the sensor, the latch, the battery door, and just starts pouring Skittles in it. And I was like, like what? But again, that's why you
watch Kai
'cause
videos.
He knows it's all a facade.
Well, he knows it's a facade, and he knows that there's people who do it better than him. Like he said, Gerald Undone.
Right, he's not here to like.
He can't go pound for pound with Gerald Undone when it comes to the
Right.
breakdown.
Although I think he could do.
Oh yeah,
decent.
he'd be
Like,
fine.
he
But
knows way more
I also
than,
don't
like-
think he enjoyed it. Like
Yeah, no, he
Gerald
likes
Undone loves
likes-
doing that.
Right, Gerald Undone.
It's like a manual.
Doesn't leave his
His
studio really, but
yeah.
Kai is out and about walking around real.
Kai
like-
understands what his appeal is.
Exactly. Kai has hit a spurt of growth.
Really?
Like he was at like 860, and then like I don't know what happened, but he's at 905 now.
That's dope.
I don't know, like it's random though.
I think it's just consistency.
Yeah.
I think also I think photography and videography communities are growing.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Yo, Digital Rev went out of business. They don't even exist anymore. That's crazy. How crazy is that two people left, and it?
They were their industry.
No, but that barely makes sense.
What does Digital Rev do before that?
They review camera gear and they sell it.
And
And
then
now they haven't uploaded onto YouTube in 2 years since Kai left.
Mm-hmm.
And their website doesn't seem to be updated, and their Instagram they haven't posted in like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
How do you let two people become so important?
Because they thought the brand was bigger than them. They even dared them, like, go do this. You need our platform. They thought the platform was bigger than them.
But like, that does that okay. Well, I'm sure it's happened before, but that I've never seen.
When you're a camera review website without camera reviewers,
No,
how
they
you
still have people, but
it's not the same. People.
Kai is about to surpass them for. So they had 1.7, and now they're down to like. Kai's about to surpass them in followers.
He probably has surpassed them, considering all those accounts on that 1.7 are defunct at this point.
That is true. That's crazy.
Been 2 years, like the subscribers are dead.
Everyone left and went to his.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just never heard of anything like that happening. Like he's just
Think
really
of it like First Take. If Stephen A. Smith leaves First Take, you could replace Stephen A. Smith. First Take could still go on,
but
people watch First Take because of Stephen A. Smith.
right. Interesting. Yeah. I never thought that like
Talent
what
is
would
huge.
you call that? You'd call that like town or like the.
I think it's businesses that are just overestimating their value as a brand. It's not the brand. People aren't talking about First Take. They're talking about Stephen A. Smith. Like the Nets. If Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden left the Nets,
Right.
they're bigger than the franchise. We don't talk about the Nets. We talk about
Right.
Kevin Durant,
Okay.
James
Interesting.
Harden,
Yeah.
and Kyrie Irving.
Because
The Knicks are a little bit different. Like people
Right.
talk about the Knicks as a brand.
But yeah, I guess Digital Rev thought like, oh, we don't need them; they need us. When in reality,
Yeah. You
the
needed them.
presenters. That's the word. Who would have thought that the two presenters
Mhm.
were everything?
Well,
Like I never would have thought that.
look at me with the hippie. Like his project is dead in the water because I left and I wasn't even a part of it from the beginning.
That is crazy. Yeah.
But he had leaned so much on me.
So now, if you're Digital Rev,
you don't have the infrastructure to continue.
if you're that's what Kai and Locke and some of the other, so the cameramen for them also.
They took everyone. They poached everyone.
I don't think they meant to, but I think they.
I mean, like they
cameramen
just.
just followed Locke and Kai.
Well, I was gonna say is like they're well within their right to leave.
So when
No one did anything wrong except for Digital Rev.
I was gonna say now, so Kai and Locke spent 7 years there, built them up to so they had no YouTube channel. In 7 years they got like 2.1 million.
Yeah.
Are you thankful or angry at Kai and Locke?
For leaving or for getting you to that point?
I guess I'd be mixed them up. Like I'm glad we had them, but or maybe you're angry at yourself. Maybe you're kicking yourself.
Well, it sounds like that Kai understood his value and he wasn't being treated.
Well, that in
properly.
an interview, Kai said like I was being overworked, they
Underpaid.
weren't underpaid.
Yep.
You know, I
He took a chance on himself because he realized they weren't taking a chance on him.
well, in his first
After-
video on his own channel, he said, we're gonna see what goes on from here.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that brands still sent shit to him, even not under the Digital Rev name. Like they sent shit to like Locke and Kai, and like that's so weird that I guess though even Sony and Canon and they all recognized what Digital Rev unfortunately didn't.
Yeah.
That like it's not about
Digital Rev.
it never was maybe. You know, they were just the
I didn't know what Digital Rev was until you mentioned that Kai had left Digital Rev.
right. Well,
Who would watch them?
yeah.
What would you watch? You don't know anyone else from Digital Rev. Kai and Locke left. Who you said they tried to replace people, but they just don't have.
They're just not.
They're
them.
not established.
Right.
Kai slowly established himself as the face of Digital Rev,
Right.
and then when you just take that away, and now you're introducing somebody new, and now they have to start from the bottom, but with the platform that Kai had built,
For 7 years, like,
they're gonna
people
drown.
loved to- yeah,
you're setting someone up to fail.
Yeah.
You set someone up to fail.
The last video they made was an iPhone like 9.
That's sad. That's sad. Not even a camera, a phone.
Yeah. You know what? It happened with Bon Appetit too. So Bon Appetit basically, I love their videos, but it turns out the owner was racist. So all the videos were like of the chefs making stuff, and you know it's you could learn the recipe, but you're there for the personality.
Okay.
And so what happened was when the owner was outed as a racist, all the chefs left. And Bon Appetit replaced them all. And I don't care. I just now follow all the individual
chefs
because they have all.
because
I love their
you don't
personalities.
care about Bon Appetit.
Yeah.
You never did.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you never tuned in because of a new Bon Appetit
Right.
video.
I want to see Brad and Claire and all the like the hijinks that
Papa John's can survive because Papa John's was just
he was never the face of the.
he was the face, but he wasn't the reason why people ordered Papa John's.
You just want pizza.
Yeah, you just like the pizza. Or you don't.
Right.
The pizza didn't change.
So that's a risk that you take when you make someone the face of.
Subway Jared.
Right. I was thinking it could go wrong like that. Although it didn't really hurt, but
It hurt, but also it hurt for a bunch of reasons.
Right,
But
yeah.
also Subway Jared wasn't the reason why people got Subway sandwiches.
Exactly.
He was just a face of it.
But he could become a reason why people stopped.
Yes, he could be a reason why people stopped.
Right. Yeah. But
The NBA is nothing without the stars.
Yeah.
But like
It's pretty crazy.
baseball is struggling because it doesn't have those stars.
It doesn't prop up.
No one cares about the MLB. You care about maybe the Yankees and shit like that, but
Oh.
Completely accurate because I used M&M and Crunchy and they're big.
Oh, not the open sensor. Did you see that?
did he really?
Look at the sensor.
It's so clean.
Look right
And they're bigger.
here.
Oh, it was just one. It was just one.
Dude, one M&M in your sensor? Ruin the whole color.
Crunchy with the crumbs.
Yeah, I know, bro. You know, like the outer shell that just gets in. Oh,
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to tell you what it's going to be like for shooting birds in Hong Kong. That's quite a specific question. Can't see.
I just wish I had money to buy dumb shit. I really want to buy dumb shit.
No need to whisper.
no, they sent him that.
No, I mean like the camo.
Yeah,
He buys a lot of. He buys so much dumb shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, he
damn,
does,
bro,
he
I
does.
love it.
Yeah. Well, and then that's why you
You tune into Kai videos to see the dumb
exactly.
shit he does.
Yeah, like do you learn?
He's a clown.
No, he's a full clown.
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy because he's established himself. I mean, you got to know your shit, and he does.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like,
he's professional, but he also knows that his videos are meant to not be taken
they're meant
serious.
to entertain.
Yeah, they're meant
Whereas
to be
I don't
entertaining.
find Gerald Dunn entertaining as much.
But if I need to know something about,
I'll go
something,
there. Yeah. There's been talks about a Kai Gerald Dunn collab.
I would love that.
Oh man,
That'd be the
because
best
Kai
collab
does
album
know a
we-
lot more than he lets on.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he is a
Oh yeah, he just doesn't show that. As
yeah.
much.
Because he understands his audience. So the reason that people discovered Digital Rev is like basically defunct. So they had a creative, not dispute, but he always used to say Bocalicious.
Yeah.
and they trademarked it under so that he could
Under
only say it
Digital Rev.
if he worked for Digital Rev.
Mhm.
And then in like a recent video, he said it like 18 times, and like on purpose, I guess. And like people like the blog started talking like, I think Digital Rev is just done. Like they
Yeah, because he could say it now that
Yeah.
Digital Rev is gone.
yeah
Oh man, what a final nail in the coffin.
yeah
Your trademark
yeah. This is their last Instagram post, the A7R4.
in 2019. Dude, what?
Dude, look at
That's
this
pathetic.
Instagram post. Like, oh, it's so like what? The iPhone 11 Pro short film challenge from when you I hate to see
I wonder what they gave away. A lens cap.
it. They give away the whole phone company. all the shares.
Yo, that's funny. All the shares.
Yo, when you look up Digital Rev, it's just Kai as the.
The end. Bruh, no. The
That's crazy.
end. You love seeing people get their comeuppance.
Well, here's the problem is that Digital Rev either didn't offer him enough or didn't value him,
Mhm.
and they didn't realize that without him, in today's age, it's hard to sell stuff if people don't know who the fuck you are. So if Kai was bringing people to Digital Rev, then it's in.
I
your
didn't
best
even
interest-
know what they were. I didn't know that they sold camera gear.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Sister YouTube channel Digital Rev Plus has also published only intermittent content in this time period. The most recent video uploaded to this was October 18th, 2019, and is considered the last video of the channel.
It was a big deal in the photography
When they
world
died.
because I mean they were one of the biggest.
And 1
channels.
million subscribers
Yeah.
when it mattered. When 1 million subscribers just didn't grow on trees.
So someone on Reddit 4 years ago, who is close to Kai. Oh wow, I think I know who this is because his Reddit name is DRev Throwaway.
Is it Kai?
No, but I think it's the first person to get. There were 2 people to get fired, or not fired, but let go before Kai,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them was like Kai's main cameraman.
Okay.
The bloody producer, who they mentioned, the guy that usually gave him all the money, and then they had to go do wild
Oh,
shit.
bloody as in like fucking in
Yeah.
Britain.
The CEO of Digital Rev is experimenting with ideas to increase Digital Rev's YouTube presence. He's also shuffling projects around and with the Digital Rev online store. This means that Lockie and Warren and the rest of the team we're making endless amounts of videos trying to appease the bloody producer. On a weekly basis, my friend has had to work till 4 a.m. because the team is forced to finish a project that has an unrealistic deadline. Simply put, the boss wants them to pump out two to 4 episodic videos each week, purely for the sake of creating more videos. This means that sometimes the videos lack direction and substance, as there is always a deadline looming, and they don't have sufficient time to brainstorm and storyboard properly. The bloody producer doesn't seem to know how to manage DRTV and doesn't contribute much towards the final product. He's never been out filming with the core team, doesn't know how to edit, and has his attention focused on other entrepreneurial efforts, such as a boutique designer clothes store, which he opened in Hong Kong recently. He has the capital, drives a Ferrari, but lacks managerial and people skills. With all these changes, one could say that Kai's move from Digital Rev was the beginning of the end. But it's definitely a shame to see such a big name photography channel disappear. It sounds like the hippie.
Yeah.
Where he's just running it into the ground.
Yeah, well, the thing with the hippie that a lot of people have is you're telling people what to do for things you don't know how they're done.
Right.
And if he doesn't know
He just wanted to make episodes
how,
appear.
how can you say, like, oh, I want you to edit 2 to 4 videos, but do you know how much...
And it makes
time
sense that
it
the
takes-
deadlines didn't make sense because
Yeah,
this guy's
if
never done
the deadlines don't make sense, then you're not going to be able to logistically pull it off.
it. Right.
And you're
Especially-
ju-
and quality
and
goes
you-
out the window.
Quality goes out the window, and you're also going through a fucking rotating door of new
Right.
people because people are going to get fed up.
Yeah.
No one wants to work under those conditions.
Yeah.
I've heard editors where they work for like these big film TV executives and they have the money that they could tell people these ridiculous deadlines, but he doesn't even have the money to back it up.
Right.
So that's just a bad combination. That's no wonder Digital Rev goes under. When you have someone in charge who doesn't know what they're doing.
Right. Well, it's kind of like how James Dolan was. He inherited money in the company.
Yeah, but again, even with James Dolan, at least he has the money to keep going.
And the wherewithal to hire people
So-
who know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but with a Hollywood executive, they have the back. Like at a certain point, when you're at the upper echelon, you're given so much money, you can almost afford to not know what you're doing because you can just keep throwing money at the problem.
Yeah.